This dress just has to be one of the most trending dresses right now. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how to make this dress from start to finish. This dress looks very simple, but it can be quite tricky. So you need to make sure to watch the tutorial to the end. So I'll show you guys how to snatch the waist exactly as you're seeing it on the screen, especially the back part of this dress. So make sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Hit on your like button, turn on your post notification so you always get notified whenever I put up a new tutorial. With that being said, let's get started. I would totally use a free hand to cut this, but because of the zipper tightening, we are just going to quickly draft out pattern, nothing too serious. This is the Ankara print I'll be using, and I ended up using 5 yards for this tutorial. Also, I have this beautiful mustard yellow crepe which I'll be using to combine this. Okay, so I have my lines here already. You know how to draft out a basic bodice, you already understand these lines, but I'm still going to explain it quickly. I'll just turn this over here so that the front is facing me and the back is on the other side. First, I mark my shoulder to bust point, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waistline, and from the waistline I measured my waist to my hip measurement, which is 10 inches. You will notice that the lines we have for the front same as the back, and this is because for this dress we don't need any bust darts and we don't need to mark our shoulder to waist in front different from that of the back. It's a free dress. Okay, for the neck width I use 3.5 inches and 3.5 inches also for the neck depth. For the back neckline I use 3.5 inches for the neck width and 1.5 inches for the neck depth. You already know how to get your chest line measurement. If you don't, I'll be leaving a formula on the screen so you know how to calculate yours. On the chest line here, I already marked quarter of my bust measurement, which is my bust divided by 4. Coming to the waistline, I'll also mark quarter of my waist measurement, which is my waist divided by 4. I have 8 inches. On the hip line, I'm going to mark quarter of my hip measurement and I have 11.5 inches. And that's literally it. I'll connect all these points together. We do not need any sort of that for this dress. We're going to repeat the same thing on the back. On the chest line, I already have quarter of my bust measurement. I'm going to mark quarter of my waist measurement on the waistline and also quarter of my hip measurement on the hip line and connect all these points together. And that's literally it. We have created our front and back bodies for this tutorial. Next, we are going to be creating the design we have on this dress, that curve design. So from the waistline here, I'm going to come down by 6 inches and I'm going to connect it into the hip line using this curve. I'll repeat the same thing on the back, come down from the waistline by 6 inches and connect it into the side of the hip line like this. Now that I've created the shape, let's go ahead and do the zipper tightening for the back. For the zipper tightening, at this zipper part here, you are going to go in by 0.5 inch. And from the same point, you're going to come down and up by 0.5 inch. Now this one you just marked, you're going to connect it into the side of the waistline just like this. And this other one, you're going to connect it downward to meet this point and upward to meet the neckline. And that's literally it for the zipper tightening. I'm going to show you how to close up that dart and how to trim it off. Okay, coming to the front, this style has a halter neck design. So from the chest line here, to create that effect, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. Using my curve, I'm going to connect this into the neck width like this. Now I'm going to cut this out. Remember that the upper part is from the shoulder to the under bust, right? But instead of cutting this directly at the under bust, I would advise you that you go up from the under bust by 0.5 inch. This is because the upper part is free, and if you use the under bust directly, it might not sit directly on the under bust because it's free. So taking it up by half of an inch is going to make it look more defined around the under bust. So I'm going to cut this out and proceed to cut out the lower part of the front piece. Now let's focus on the back. Just like we did for the front, I'm going to go up from the under bust by 0.5 inch. Now because this dress doesn't have a dart, The truth is, this place right here around the underbust is still going to be too big for the back, but I'm going to show you guys how we are going to manage to eliminate that in the absence of that. Okay, just like we did for the front, come down from the chest line by 1 inch, and you're going to measure what you have from that point to your new underbust line. I have about 3 inches, I have 4 inches, so we can either use 3.5 or 4 inches for our ropes. So I'm just going to write that out so I don't forget. We are going to be closing our zipper tightening. So to do that, I'm just going to first of all hold up one side of the line and use this to cover the other side and tape this down. You can just watch how I'm doing this to know how to go about yours. And that's it. I'm going to proceed to cut this out. So we're also cutting this out at the underbust line. Then this other zipper tightening we did here, you're also going to trim it off. And that's literally it. We've jotted the pattern for both the front and the back. We're going to use this now to cut out on our fabric. To cut out the upper part, I have my fabric on fold here. And for the measurement you need, all you need to do is to divide your bust measurement by 4. Whatever you get, you're going to double that, and that is what you're going to have on fold. So mine is 10 inches. Doubling it, I have 20 inches here on fold. This is going to help to give you the gathered effect that you have around the bust area. I even have extra 1 inch here for folding allowance. So to cut this, first you need to take out your neck depth, which is 3 inches. I'm just going to turn this way. So the neck depth is 3 inches, right? And then you're going to measure your underbust measurement. Remember, I reduced it. I reduced mine to 14.5 inches. So that is what I'm going to mark here. And from that point, you're going to add extra 1.5 inch. Now 1 inch is going to be for creating channel at the upper part here, and 1/2 inch is going to be to attach it to the lower part of the front piece. I'm just going to trim off what I have at the upper part here. To create that halter neck illusion, just get your pattern paper, place it at the side here, and trim off following this line. I'm just going to blend the side and also notch the up and the lower part of the center. And that's literally it for cutting the upper part of the front. Now to create that channel, all you need to do is to fold in your fabric like this and further fold it again and make a top stitch. Then you've created your channel for the rope, then insert your ropes. But before you do that, you need to make sure that you close up the ends, which is the curve ends, before you create the channel. So to cut out the lower part, you can see that I've gone ahead to cut out the lower part of the front and I've cut out the back. This right here is the zipper side, and I added 1.5 inch zipper allowance. I also added 1.5 inch seam allowance to the side, and I have 4 pieces here, 2 for the lining and 2 for the main fabric. I also added 1/2 inch to the upper and to the lower part of the back piece. For the front, I have 0.5 inch seam allowance at the upper and at the lower part, and I added 1.5 inch for the side seam allowance. I cut this on fold here, and you can see that I have 2 pieces, one for the lining and one for the main fabric. So we are going to just keep this aside, and we are going to work on the upper parts like I described earlier. So you can see here that I've done that. Like I mentioned earlier, make sure that you fold in this curve, you hem this curve edge first before you create your channel. Okay. Now we are going to attach the lower part to the upper part of the front. You will notice that the upper part is quite wider than the lower part. So what you need to do here is to run a loose stitch at the upper part, and they are going to gather it to fit into what you have on the lower one. Okay, then you place them right sides facing each other, making sure that the notch points are together, and they are going to stitch this down using 1/2 inch seam allowance. After stitching this down, this is exactly what I have. Now we are going to use the lining to turn this. So just place the lining, making sure that the notch points are also together, pin it down, and you're going to stitch this down using 1/2 inch seam allowance. And when you're done with that, this is exactly what you should have. You can see that the wrong seam or our seam is hidden inside the outfit. After doing mine, you can see that I went ahead to also weave the end to reduce how bulky that point is. If you don't have a weaving machine, it's not a problem. All you need to do is to trim it down if it's too bulky. Besides, the wrong seams will still be hidden inside the outfit. Okay, next we are going to measure what we have around this part that we are going to insert the ropes. So taking the measurement, I have 2 inches. You can see how much that has reduced. From the pattern I had 3.5 to 4 inches, and now I have just 2 inches. So we are going to cut out the ropes. I already have these straps that I cut out, and you can see that it's way bigger than 2 inches because I cut it out using the initial measurement. So now I have to trim it down, and I'll be reducing it to 2.5 inches because half inch is going to be for closing the ends. So I'm going to mark 2.5 inches, and I'm going to connect this with a straight line. Because this is too bulky, I'm just going to take out one so that I can trim off the end, then use this one to cut out the other one. So all I'm going to do here is to sew this down using half inch and close up one end of the strap. After doing that, I went ahead to turn this to the right side, and I've given this a good press. Also make sure that one end is closed and the other one can be open like this. For those that might be asking what width of fabric I used 37 inches. Okay, so now we are going to place this on the right side of my fabric and pin this down. I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. So we'll not be sewing this for now. We are just going to leave this here. For this lower part here, we are going to stitch both the lining and the fabric together just to keep it in place. So first, you're going to pin it down. And what you do here is just to run a stitch at the end to secure the lining and the main fabric together. At the same time, I'll also be gathering the lower part. So this is the lower part here, and what I have here is 2.5 yards. For the length, I'm using 38 inches. You don't necessarily have to use 38 inches. 38 inches for mine because I am quite tall. So I have stitched this down. Like I said, I'm not doing anything on those straps for now. And you can see that I have secured both the lining and the fabric here. So I have also gathered this to fit into what I have on this curve here. Now you're going to place these right sides facing each other this way, making sure that the notch points are together. Then you're going to pin down the ends. When it comes to the ends on your gathers, make sure that the gathers are not on the ends because that's the stitching allowance. So you want your gather to be fuller, make sure you move them all into the main space. Then you can pin down whatever you have in between that. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side here. So we are also going to work on the back. For the back piece first, I'm going to notch my zipper allowance. And there's something that we are going to do here. Because my crepe has this stretch to it, mine is not even really stretchy. It just has little stretch to it. So because of that, this upper part might end up being too big. So I'm going to mark half inch at the upper part of my back piece, and I'm going to blend it back into the waistline. We are going to cut this out to eliminate excess around the upper part of the back piece. Okay, because if you end up sewing this like this, it might end up being loose around the upper part because there's nothing dragging it upwards and there's nothing holding it, so you need it to be firm. So I'm also going to notch the waistline of the zipper area, and I'm going to take out my pattern and take out 2 pieces. All we need to do here is to use the lining to turn out the fabric. So place them right sides facing each other, and you're going to stitch this down using half inch seam allowance. Then you're going to turn it over to the right side, give it a good press, and close up the ends just like we did for the front. So you can see here that I have done that, and I've stitched down the ends just like we did for the front. That is why it looks like this. Now we'll be attaching the lower part, and I've already gathered mine just like we did for the front. Okay, it is just exactly the same thing. So I'm going to place them right sides facing each other, and like I said initially, at the ends make sure that your gathers are not there. Your gathers should be inside, okay, because this side is the seam allowance and you don't want your gathers to waste there. So go ahead and pin down the ends and then pin down whatever you have left in between. You're going to stitch this down using half-inch seam allowance, and I'm going to repeat the same thing on both sides. After doing this, you can see what it looks like, and you will notice this gap or this space we have in between around this waist area here. That is what zipper tightening helps us to do, to eliminate excess so that it looks more snatched. Now we're going to sew the front and the back together, and to do that you're going to place them right sides facing each other like this, and you're going to pin them together at the sides. Make sure that you align this properly like I'm doing here while you are pinning it down, okay? Now to sew this, you're going to start from the top, which is the part where the strap is, and when you get to the end of the strap, you're going to back stitch. You don't want to just stitch directly, because this point here that is open, that has nothing attached to it, it's going to look tacky, okay? Continue stitching through the bodice all the way to the length. I'm using my stitch allowance, which is 1.5 inch on both sides. At the same time, I'm also going to be closing up the back piece, and I like to do this so that I have a guideline, okay, to help me. So what I do is I'm going to close up the zipper using my 1.5 inch zipper allowance all the way to the end, and I'm also going to determine where I want my zipper to stop. So when I'm sewing and I get to that point, I just back stitch so that after stitching and ironing it out, I'll just lose it all the way to that point, okay? And then I have this ghetto line that will serve as my guide. As you can see here, I am done ironing this out, and you can see that I've loosened my zipper. You can also see the line I was talking about that is going to serve as a guide. Now, this is the point that you really need to pay attention to. Like I mentioned earlier, this back can be really tricky. And even at this point, I already know that if I go ahead and sew my zipper on this line that I have here, it is not going to snatch me. What am I going to do? Instead of using 1.5 inch seam and zipper allowance, I'm going to sew my zipper adding extra 1 inch, which is going to give me 2.5 inch zipper allowance. Now this is not going to work for everyone. If the person has a bigger waist area or a fuller back, you don't have to use 1 inch. Instead of 1, you can add half inch, okay, which is going to make it 2 inches zipper allowance. But for me, I am making it 2.5 inch zipper allowance. So if you have a tinier waist, a flatter tummy, and your fabric has this stretch, you might want to add 1 inch instead of half inch. I hope that is clear. And I'm going to sew this to blend back into the zipper allowance I have there. So after sewing this, you can see how beautiful this came out. You can see that the waist is snatched, and you can see exactly what the back is looking like. That is how to go about the making of this dress. Now, another opinion I would like to share about this dress is if you are using a stretchy crepe. My crepe is not even that stretchy, but it has this little stretch to it, and because of that there's excess. So if you are using a stretchy crepe, I would advise that you add about just half inch zipper allowance. Don't waste your fabric, just add half inch zipper allowance, and then when you are sewing it, you are going to sew 1.5 inch, which means you're adding extra 1 inch and you're sewing 1.5 inch as your zipper allowance. That way it's going to help to hold it at the back and make your waist more snatched. And that is it on how to go about the making of this trendy beautiful dress. I hope this tutorial was really helpful. Please do let me know in the comment section. If you have any questions, you can leave it there. Make sure you hit on the like button, subscribe if you haven't, share this to family and friends who you know will be interested in tutorials like this, and I'll definitely be seeing you guys in my next one.